Hello, hello, and we welcome you to our channel. And I am so excited that today we have our wonderful friend and associate, Miss Giovanna Sidoti, with us. And Giovanna is she has become like this networking queen in my mind. This lady keeps me busy. She absolutely knows how to generate referrals to help other people. And along with that, she has a huge heart and a huge passion for helping people to feel better, perhaps better than they have felt in a while. So, Giovanna, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule today. Please let everybody know just a little bit about you and your background.
My pleasure. Thank you for the intro, Cheyenne. Whoa. My background, I always been an educator. So I'm educating people on a different level at this point in time. I was in the kindergarten classroom as a teaching assistant when COVID came.
Wow.
And they asked me not to return because of all the things that were going on. And so I'm also a ballroom dancer. So that's a little more about me. And one of my ballroom dance friends asked me to take a look at something while I'm sitting here waiting for the world to open up or whatever we were waiting for in March of 2020. And I took a serious look. I mean, I read all the information, and then I started listening to some calls about this air purification technology used on the International Space Station. And it intrigued me to the point where I was like, okay, I know we're in a pandemic, and but I want to live in a clean environment no matter what. So I made an investment myself, and I have two sons and their families, and they each got one. So plugged it in, turned it on. We didn't receive it until May, actually, because they had a backlog. They weren't anticipating the kind of, well, they weren't anticipating COVID. So who knew? Exactly. So in essence, although they launched this product January 2020, they thought they had enough inventory, 25,000 pieces, but in 1 month they were gone. So they upped their game. They made it happen. And, I had to wait patiently, which I did. Mm-hmm. And now no one waits. We have ample inventory, and, we just want everyone to have the technology in their homes, offices, wherever they are.
I love it. I love it. Well, but didn't you had some other things going on pre-pandemic as well? I mean, what kinds of things were going on with you that once you got into this whole air purification technology, that it really helped you in a lot of ways?
Well, yeah, I'll share that. I, for 15 years, I had 2 to 3 times a year episodes where I would lose my voice for 2 to 3 weeks at a time. Yeah, it's very painful. Sometimes I needed medication, which I'm not fond of, but I just did it if I had to. But so I mean, that was just a way of life. I knew it was going to happen. It always did, and I just kept on, living or texting my communication or emailing to people. That's what I did. But I realized in short order, after I had the unit in my home, after about 3 or 4 months, that I hadn't had a single episode. And I was like, I didn't even realize that could happen by changing the air quality in our home. So, and I know it wasn't this home because I've been in this home for 9 years, but it was happening before that, wherever else I was. So it wasn't that. But it was definitely the air quality that, the hydroxyls, which is a fancy technical term, but something the sun is making every day for us, and we get to have it inside. So, so because I had the technology in my home for those 3 to 4 months in the beginning, I started noticing, and then I was tracking it. Like every month would go by. I said, okay, now 4 months, now 5 months. Today, it's over 2 years. I have not had a single episode. So for me, that is profound. And they have
Wow.
tested this technology against many, many, many things. Flu, swine flu, staph infection, MRSA, including COVID. And in less than 60 seconds, these things are removed from the air because we use this phrase, it sends the solution to the pollution for a reason, because it's not waiting for the contaminated air to get into it and then scrub and filter it and then send it off. It's meeting it in the air and on surfaces. That's the way the technology is. It's unique. It's the only one like it on Earth. And it's being used on the International Space Station because NASA had a part in it. And then Volare improved it dramatically. This unit that we have is now 40 times more powerful because it has other technologies in conjunction with it. It's a powerhouse.
Wow.
So,
And I understand you even have something you can wear around your neck. Is that correct?
oh my goodness, can I show it to you?
Sure.
My goodness, yes, this is just delightful. It's very small. You can see I hold it in my hand. It's rechargeable. You
Mhm.
can put the little stand when you're in the restaurant. You can clip it to your clothes or your purse, and you can see that you can turn it on and off. It
Wow.
holds 72 hours. And here's a really amazing story. It's happened many, many times, but I was on the plane and the stewardess had this lovely fragrance, but there was 180 of us on that plane that day, and it was just too much. Every time she walked by, I'd be like, oh, here she comes. And then it would go away. I was like, what? So I was so thrilled. I know that's what it was, because it gives me a 5-foot circumference of clean ionized air. And then you'll be happy to know there's also another unit for the car. And whenever we go by a skunk, we just wave. because
It's not going to bother you. Huh?
nope, his odor is not gonna get into our lungs, or it comes in the car for a very short time and then poof, it
I
removes
love
it.
it. I love it. Well, thank you so much for sharing your information with us today, Giovanna. And anybody who's watching this, you got to listen up. You got to listen in. You got to find out, what could you be doing to make your environment cleaner, healthier, and more sanitized, I believe is one of the words you like to use.
It is sanitized, clean air. Yes,
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And
my
we'll
pleasure.
see all of you guys later. Bye now.
Okay.